Good evening. In this video, I'm going to make a demo on how to use Azure Monitor and KQL to collect logs on a web application and detect threats on an application that is deployed on Azure Web App. For the purposes of this demo, we've used a small Flask application that only has one endpoint. As you can see here, it has a login endpoint that expects to have a username and password, and it compares those values to the admin and this password. If the provided username and password are correct, it will print out a successful login message. Otherwise, it will print out a failed login attempt message. So this application was deployed on Azure App Services. So as you can see here, it's deployed on Azure App Service, and it was deployed through my GitHub account. So if I go to the deployment section, go to deployment center, you can see here that it was deployed through my GitHub account. So next, we need to check if the deployment was successful. So this is the actual URL where the web app is deployed. So I took this URL and I go back to Visual Studio, and I go to this test.app.http, and I post my message to this URL, and let's try to send a correct username and password to see if we get a successful login. You can see here it's login successful, and if you provide the wrong username and password, you should get an invalid credentials response. So the deployment was successful. Now the next thing is to collect the logs on Azure Monitor. So in order to collect the logs, we have used log analytics. So when you go to the web app and then you click on monitor, and then you go to diagnostic settings, and then you click on edit settings, you will see that the application console logs are being sent to the log analytics workspace. Let's navigate to the log analytics workspace to see if the logs are being collected. So we can go to the log analytics workspace and then click on logs, and then from here we can query to see. From here we can query to see if the logs are being collected. So this is the query, the KQL query we can use to see if the logs are being collected. So as you can see here, we are collecting logs from the web application. So after this, the next step is to create an alert rule, which will be triggered whenever there are multiple failed login attempts. So once you click here and you go to alert rules, you will see that we have an alert rule. When you go to alert rules, you can see there's an alert rule called brute force warning. So this brute force warning, it was created in such a way that the conditions, these are the conditions. So this is going to be triggered whenever the results of this query exceeds 5 rows within the last 5 minutes, meaning that if there are more than 5 unsuccessful logins within the last 5 minutes, this alert will be triggered. So once you go back here, you can see that it was triggered a couple of times. So we can try to trigger it again. Let me go back here and then create a couple of other unsuccessful login attempts. then come back here and then try to refresh. Okay, so as you can see, there was another alert that was pushed. So maybe if we refresh again, we could see another one. Okay, so this one was triggered, and as you can see also from my mail, you can see that it generated it sent an email to my mailbox. Thank you.